We are underway in the USA. How are you? Said Sam. Hi, Shimei. Sean Smith, how are you? Good to see you, Shimei. Welcome in, everybody. Please hit that thumbs up button. Should be another fun night tonight. Gonna have a replay on the burger and onion rings. And yeah, boys, I'm gonna keep plowing away until I get it right. You know me. Leave no man behind. Last week's onion rings were about a C. We're going to see if we can bring those babies up to a B, B+. We're only going to have a coffee for about an hour. I had to sell raffle tickets after church today, so that took a little longer to go live. How are you, Eddie? I'm usually live like 3 hours earlier, but the hell is that person doing? So welcome in. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up button. I'm going to grab a quick cup of coffee. Chill out for about an hour, and then we're going to get to it. Beautiful day today. Absolutely beautiful day today. So welcome in. Yeah, please hit that thumbs up. Let's get the night off to a good rip-roaring start. Till Shimei's birthday. Woo-wee. Yeah, baby. Proud member of the 21 Club. What's going on, Nick? And Alan Gentry, too. I'm so glad you're taking some time off, Shimei. You need it. What's going on, GTB? How are you? I need a cup of coffee today. That brake noise has still been periodically arriving, so I think I'm going to get that checked out Monday. That's it. Yeah, Shimei, I mean, I don't know many people didn't have as much on their plate as you do, babe. I don't know how in the hell you do it. No way I'd be taking on all that. So I'm happy that you're taking some downtime. It's you and NY. Wait, they painted over the building of that miserable community center, whatever the hell it was supposed to be. That's pretty weird. Roll to the beach. signal here. Let's see if we can improve that a bit. Let's see if we can fix that signal. Really bad location. See if that. Man, this guy's got all kinds of. All right, let's see if that's any better. I restarted the phone. Let's see if that's any better. Any better. Let's see if this is any better now. I restarted the phone. How you doing, Alex? I think because Samsung was trying to update something, was trying to force an update, and I had to shut it down. I can't upload a live stream and download Samsung's crap at the same time. No es posible. All right, let's get a call. I don't know what the hell was going on, Sean Smith. They were trying to force some update on me, bro. I'm sorry, everybody. All right. Hello, Angus Kisses. All right, better. Good, good, good. Guy's got like a high fever, man, and he's like working behind the counter. I took like 2 steps back. Whoa, dude. I don't need to be weirded out. What's going on, MB? How are you? So hopefully our signal's better. I apologize to everybody. As usually happens, sometimes restarting the phone is the best cure of all for that. I like those Chevy Equinoxes. Don't slam into me, Broham. Okay, oh boy. Hey Callie, how you doing? How's your day? Oh boy. Yeah, that signal went to shit, boys. That signal went to crap. So yeah, I want to have another go tonight at the onion rings. I picked out a beautiful onion. I think last time I might have been slicing them too thin. And then my batter was too thick, so it was like dragging the onion ring through the batter was breaking it. What's going on, Jim Rockford? What is going on? S-curve of doom. Dangerous curves ahead, boys. Dangerous. Oh, that's right. The answer is my day was the same as every other day. You know how my day was. Yes, yes, yes. 40 kilometers across the sea, Santa Catalina is for me, the island of romance, romance. Make sure you're not driving. Be a safe driver. Call an Uber. Hello, Carol. Yeah, I can't run around with this dicked up wheel, so I'm definitely going to check this thing out. All right, but I'm excited. I'm hungry. I also picked up some great beef. All right, what are we doing? This looks scary. There we go. Take your time, girls. There you go. 40 kilos, 26 miles from the sea. The island of romance. Having gone to Catalina, yes, it's very nice. But the engine's starting up real good. The new battery's performing beautifully. We've dropped some money, boys. We have dropped some money. We might have broken a record the last 2 days. I don't like it when something is intermittent. Greetings, Trog. How you doing today? Good to see you, my friend. I didn't sleep today. I did laundry today. I picked some more tomatoes, cleaned up the house, folded laundry, sold raffle tickets after church. Man, I've been busy as can be. It's some young lovers down here today. Some young lovers. But it's not really, doesn't really look busy down here. This is like peak vacation time. What's going on, Tish? How you doing, man? This is like peak. When Shimei goes, they all go. That's it. I'm having a really good day today. Try not to think about the wheel situation too much, or else I'll cry about more money. All right. And I still got to get the truck oil changed. Okay, let's back her on in and enjoy ourselves a bit. Woo-wee! So welcome in. It's going to be a good night tonight. We're going to get a handle on these onion rings. Yeah, I would give last week's effort, like I said last week, I would give it a C. C effort. Yeah, don't block the sidewalk. Let's think about a couple things that I did that could be improved on from last week, okay? Some things that could be improved on from last week. Close that thing. I hate the way YouTube puts all kinds of shit over top of the stream. Makes me crazy. So the big issue last time was several things. The onions were great. Homegrown. Really difficult, Welsh Boo. I'm going to tell you exactly what I did wrong, babe. Number one, I cut the onions too thin. Somebody said restricted to a half an inch or something like that. Worse than that. I could have probably survived that, but I made a very thick batter. And in, the onion ring is supposed to drop into the batter, and then you kind of spoon the batter on top of it. Then you lift it out with a fork, and then you delicately put it into the oil. Well, I was pulling that onion rings through a very thick batter, and what it was doing was breaking the ring, separating the ring. So no, it's not a new shirt. This is the one that Dory Lynn sent me. But thank you for noticing. I knew, Kelly, you're the one that's always talking about how you love palm trees. So there you go. That's it. So that's what I want to do tonight. Plus now I have paprika. How you doing, Cindy Rock? I did not, but I have cornstarch. I have a really good recipe tonight. So I'm going to be all set. And I did coat them with cornstarch before I dropped them in. Yeah, the batter survived, but it didn't. What happened to my finger? Hey, Sig, how you doing? I was meeting somebody at church today telling me how to sell raffle tickets, and there was a paper cutter on the table we were going to use, and I lifted up the paper cutter in a little corner of the slicer. Just barely nicked it. Is Melody here? I was wondering if you made it to visit her yet. I don't see Melody tonight, Kelly. I haven't really seen Melody this week. Monday we returned the extra pair of shorts that she was kind enough to gift me. But we've not seen her in the chat. Okay, so we're doing good on that. She might be around tonight. Yeah, but Elmer, we got some. I'm glad it's a rear wheel as opposed to the drive wheel. It's a lot easier to, I'll gift you. It's a lot easier to do uh, the dragging wheel than the front wheel, so that's good. Might be drum brakes in there. I don't think I have disc all the way around. It almost sounds, wow, man. You better not drive, Kelly. You better not drive. You better go home and just plop yourself in bed and beat yourself up in the morning. Ooh, that Cadillac looks nice. But I don't think gray is like a fitting color. To me, it's got to be black. Rosa, what happens when a but eliminates another pure board? This is what Elon Musk envisioned, and then I went much deeper into the problem. We call that demand side destruction, because the economy is very delicately balanced at any point in time between consumption and demand. And you know, if you start really taking a bite out of consumption, you start to really cause all kinds of problems, and I think that's happening right now. I think people's ability to consume retail sales were down. So glad to see you, Mystery. I'm going to have another go at the onion rings tonight, and I got some really good ground beef to have a decent burger tonight. I'm going to upsize it a little bit, but I'm going to cook it on the grill tonight, I think. And with the onion rings, I'm going to give it another go tonight. I sent you 2 emails. Okay, I'll check them out later. I might not get to them till later, but I always reply. I hope you had a good day, Naomi. I hope you're doing good. Yeah, I gave myself a C last time, Cindy. And now I've got the Lipton onion mix to make up the burger. I know you don't eat beef, but I'm going to step it up to about an 8-ouncer tonight. I'm going to use half the beef and then, you know, 1 packet of the mix. Work that in. That's the easy part. Let that sort of rehydrate it a little bit. And I think that's going to be good. As far as the onion rings, yeah, they were definitely a bummer last time. Please hit the thumbs up, everybody, if you're coming in. They were a definite bummer last, just the batter was too thick. Oh, that's good. They probably hurt there. We had Tesla out here, Roseville, making such a. Was that today? That was like that was like January of 2025 when Trump first took office. I was covering the Tesla protests up here. There were hundreds of people out there. So I'm surprised they're still on the Tesla thing, because it hasn't seemed to really impact their sales at all. But then again, these people that protest generally always overestimate their power and impact. It's very hard to move the middle. First time I'm so, wow, okay, because that was like the playbook 20 months ago. That's weird. That was the playbook 20 months ago. What's for dinner tonight, Naomi? Oh, wow. I think you would have had to pay him because the juice is out of that lemon. You know, what happened was they did exactly what I thought they would do. They shot their wad early, and I said, "Whoa, you guys better go slow. There's 3 years. There's 4 years ahead here." And they burned the people out. They kept hauling them out week after week, and then it spread to the VA clinics and the airport to protest Allegiant Airlines because they decided to just deport aliens, illegal aliens. In other words, they spread themselves too thick. Bacon, onion rings with chili dip. I don't know, man. I don't want to be sick, Elmer. You know. Bacon, onion rings with chili dip. You have too much of that barbecue sauce, it tears your guts up. Johnny used a bull drug. There's going to be a difficult adjustment, and all the stars are aligned because typically when you have severe market moves, they don't come out of, you don't crash, you don't fall off the floor. You crash from an extremely high level. All of a sudden, the paradigm shifts in like one day, and everybody just heads for the exit. That stampede causes a real indigestion problem at all the mutual funds that are holding everybody's 401ks. They start to put limits on redemptions and things, and all of a sudden you have this wave of people that want to sell, just builds and builds and builds and builds. Because everybody is brainlessly just put into matching, but they're going into very few stocks. So what was supposed to give people diversity has hyper-concentrated risk. What's going on, Deja Vu? When I saw the woman who was in charge of revenue for OpenAI resigned her position yesterday, that close to a public offering, she just said, "You know what? I ain't gonna do this. I can't do this job." That telegraphed a hell of a message to people. So Sam Altman is trying his best to hold this thing together. It's all shaking apart, and it's like a bus on a rough road. It just flies apart after a while. I guess Kelly crashed out plastered tonight. Walks away to get the word about whether well, I'm saying, and her function was revenue, money coming in, and she looked down the line at the adoption rate, the number of companies that are now giving it away for free versus all the money that's been fired into this shithole. She put the picture together. She said, "I want to be here when this turkey hits the ground." Plus, they're so desperate to rush this to market like SpaceX, they can't wait to dump this turkey on people. And they'll be there gobbling it up. "Oh, yeah, put me in." It's one of the dumbest things I've seen, and I've been watching markets since 1980. 46 years, and this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Also in the face of rising interest rates. Yeah, how are you liking it, Miss Treve, in Western Carolina there? Must be, you must have cooler mornings and cooler temperatures up there. No, it becomes ubiquitous and cheap. Like it's the same thing you would say, Trug. Like I would tell you now, you got to pay for your browser. You'd be like, what? Google's free. You know, Microsoft is, you know, Copilot's free, bro. I'm not paying for a damn, you know, I'm not paying for a browser. Yeah, I finally got some paprika and got a decent recipe here. So we'll see what happens. So that's it. I always look for little clues. When people that stand to make the most money jump ship, they don't want to be there when this stuff hits the fan and the chunks start flying towards people. And Sam Altman will be hiding in his Napa Valley underground bunker. He knows he waited too long to launch this turkey. Too long. Yeah, rats jumped. I was just got a slight cut on a paper cutter. It's fine. It's a very tiny nick, but I'm going to change the bandage before I cook tonight to handle the meat. It's a very tiny little. Just carelessness. That's what I said. That's what I said, Rod. AI is like 95% of the people don't need. They only need to draft a letter, write something, do a tax return, something simple. So what you're doing is you're firing all this money in for the 5% that's just a rounding error with a marketing budget. That's it. It's like in the days when they had Cray computers. Seymour Cray invented the most powerful computer in the world. NASA had one, the Department of Defense, maybe Berkeley had one, Stanford. And, you know, they thought they had a moat. They thought they had a protective moat around it. It ended up being worthless. You don't sell to the 5%. You make money off 95%, not 5%. It's the William Wrigley philosophy. Sell gum at 5 cents a pack and sell the hell out of it. You cater to the mass, you live with the class. You cater to the class, you live with the masses. That's it. Vienna sausages. I lost my fake fingernail made for Thanksgiving dinner 1 year. Well, worse than that, there's huge copyright cases rolling through Welsh Boo. Because the first thing that AI did, Meta Corporation and ChatGPT did, was they went out and they raked all of these, they scraped all of these libraries and things. And they used all that knowledge and incorporated into the training, but they did nothing to compensate the authors. And you know what? That leaves a huge legal question mark out there. And companies like John Wiley and Son, who's been publishing scientific papers and things since the 1770s, put the gate down and said, no, we're doing to you exactly. You need fresh data to train your models. The existing data is so polluted with hallucinations and bullshit. You're going to pay big money. And we're not going to sell it to you in one lump sum. We're going to meter it out to you just like you meter AI. Oof. So now all of a sudden Wiley and Sons making a fortune on all their tens of thousands of academic papers that have been written over the years. But then the authors of the academic papers say, what about us? And Wiley says, well, you signed over your rights to us when we published it. Okay, you know, that's it. Yes, we've geared our whole society, Trog, to cater to the 5%. Look at Las Vegas. What have we built in the way of casinos? Luxury, luxury, luxury. You have to have a whole floor that just has luxury goods. You know, Salvador Ferragamo and Gucci and Chanel, Coach. They're everywhere. There's nothing been built for the masses. There's now Fontainebleau's paying a price for that. They're losing $500,000 a day. Carol's here. Want to see what she looks like. Okay. Actors are up in arms. Yeah, well, I don't think actors are going to have much to stand on because you can't force people to, you know, I mean, you have AI that's creating, it's carving figurines and things and fantasy figurines. Yeah, the artistic community is dead. Hello, Carol. Hello. The artistic community is dead. The music community's had like one of its worst years. What was it on Spotify? Of the top 10 tunes, like 4 of them are AI. Low effort product. Got so bad in the authoring world, and I've written 2 books, 3 books actually, but that the publishers are swamped with low effort AI writing, and finally they, you know, Claude, who's Anthropic, said we're going to watermark our AI, so if somebody uses us for writing, it'll show up when they go to check it. So, you know, it's going to destroy literature and shit. So there's a lot going on, Trog. There's a lot of moving parts here that are going to have a tremendous effect. And a lot of people are turning very strongly against AI. The investors are usually the last ones to know. They're the, you know, especially the ones that are holding all this crap in their investment portfolios and 401ks. And they will say, then they'll sue the broker. You were supposed to diversify and you hyper concentrated. The S&P 500, you were putting 60 cents of every dollar into the S&P, into 7 stocks in the S&P 500. How's that diversifying? You hyper concentrated this, dude. I know it's coming. That's what I said. God help us. I did a whole video about consultants. Arthur Anderson. God, that was the worst thing that came out of the 90s and 2000s was consultants that would come in and do equivalent studies on salaries so people that had NGOs could say, I could work in the private sector and earn that money, so I should be paid that. So you have the Redwood Empire Food Bank here that has 10 executives and not one of them is making less than $100,000 a year on a food bank. And always asking for more money and always advertising and not means testing their supply of food at all to people. How you doing, Mr. Onion Ring? How you doing, Dr. Frankenstein? I believe October's the time. I mean, you're hearing all these things like the run rate of Anthropic is 20 billion or something, but That's because people sign up, they try it for a bit, and then they don't pay anymore. It's like YouTube memberships, channel memberships. People sign up, they try it out, and you know, some measure of them, you know, who needs it? I can get DeepSeek from China is faster and better. They've now overtaken Google in application AI use. So I know I like a dick, but I continue to ring the bell and to sound the horn. All astern, all astern. So I'm not going to shut down my ravings. Plus we have interest rates rising, which is like a guillotine, just slowly going higher and higher. You got the Japanese yen, it's the bottom's falling out of it. Which means to, thank you, Miss Tree, which means to stabilize the yen, the Japanese have to sell U.S. bonds and notes to raise money to buy the yen. I mean, it just becomes a shit show. Thank you, Miss Tree. Always a wonderful supporter of the channel. Thank you so much. There's no cure for the debt bomb. There's no. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a nice weekend. So I just got a very little tiny little nick up top there, that's all. I'm only eating my own cooking anyways. But I do like to have good technique for cleanliness when I cook. Here's the rule: Johnny doesn't have to be if they make it on. They're already better in a lot of ways. You know, DeepSeek is now overtaking two of the popular U.S. models now. You can't ask people to pay for something if they're giving it away for free. So in other words, the moat that protected these companies is disappearing. It's disintegrated. The drawbridge is down. The raiders are inside gutting people. The raiders are on the castle. And then, you know, Trog, it's not bad enough that you have DeepSeek and the Chinese model. You have Meta Corporation, which is determined with their open source Llama model that nobody's going to make any money on charging people money to use AI. They poured hundreds of billions of dollars in to have a free open AI because they don't want to be beholden to OpenAI or Grok and also these companies are on, they owe tens of billions of dollars of their revenue to pay rent for the computer time they're using. You know, what does Anthropic has to pay $1.5 billion to Elon Musk every month to use that big computer? So they'll always talk about revenue, but you won't hear about profit. Or it'll be this fake thing run rate, like, oh, this month, if you multiply by 12, here's what our revenue would be for the year. Bunch of nonsense. Don't fool yourself, Dr. Frankenstein. Elmer's behind the old Iron Curtain in the Eastern Bloc. Anthropic has Claude. Oh, that's funny, Angus Kisses. I had onion rings tonight. I'm not going to go to Las Vegas and pay $12 for onion rings. Sorry.
Are you fucking... Back up like 2 inches, dude. Sorry, back up 2 inches. Just back up 2 inches. Yeah, 2 inches.
Crushed the kid's skateboard.
There you go. Now you can be able to pull. Here, let's see if he's still on.
Damn.
Oh, look, is the board still good? Yeah, the board's fine.
Ran right over the... There always will be, because the market will ensure that it'll beat every sense of profitability will be taken right out. At the same time, the traditional software values are being gutted. It's all a big race to the bottom now with AI. Legacy software companies. Oh, this poor Audi ran right over that. I don't want to I just have a walk which performs well. Buttercup ABC says I need to get my temperature higher. So it's a learning curve, right? I want to just be able to have something to repeat. And I know the mistakes I made last week. So in 10 minutes, we're going to take off. And we're going to get to cooking. Sun's going to go down. It's going to get chilly. Yeah, don't forget Albania. Yeah, East Germany was the puppet for that shit. They're puppets. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up button. Burn B, how are you? So when I saw this woman abandon her executive position with the revenue part of OpenAI, I said, okay. Nobody in their right mind would buy the bullshit of AI is going to be such a moneymaker on one hand and then walk away from the job on the other. So close to launching the initial public offering in, what, October or something? And the shelf registration they did with the SEC, it was called a hidden registration. There was nothing revealed to the public about costing or revenue or expenses, which is a rare exempt category of SEC filings.
No.
It's like they don't want you to see the money that they've pissed away that they have to return. They have to earn a return on that. And give something to shareholders in the way of what? The finger? Yeah, thumbs up are very appreciated, guys. Thank you. Dr. Frankenstein, when I saw all those people rush into SpaceX, and oh, it's going to be fantastic. And the freaking bottom just dropped right out of it.
Love you, Dad. Love you, Travis. Have a good night. Love you too, Dad. Have a good night.
You know, I have made ribs. Pre-cook them in the oven. 300 degrees for like 40 minutes. And then finish them on the grill. They'll be super tender. Moon colonies, I mean, these people's heads on the moon. I mean, would you go atop a rocket these days? I mean, shit, the Chinese just blew up one of their Long March 7 just blew up. That probably had billions of dollars worth of spy gear and crap. There's no way I'd be sitting in a rocket. Now you have all this frantic defense spending by the War Department, as if you could just expand a factory and snap your fingers and have 50% more production. Do 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 do. You know, you just notice in life, and maybe Dr. Frankenstein, Trog, you'll agree, there's very little truth telling these days. There's just a lot of lying. Lying is just endemic in the culture now, just outright lying. People used to have a twinge of guilt if you lied. Now they have no moral formation, so it's meaningless to them. It's a means to an end. Circus must be in town. This be on a porch. It's just the, you know, you can't feel that shit's got to be precision. You know, and whenever, you know, there was an old saying in manufacturing when I worked at Western Electric that speed is the mother of fuck up. All right, take care, Shemaine. Well, it's the people who always lie, but there was much less people lying, Trug, and much less significant impact. But when truth becomes relative, then the propagation of error destroys the civilization. Because error compounds upon error, just like AI. Spits out something wrong, it gets clicked into, it gets folded into the next. All right, let's go make some dinner. Yeah, thank you, Emmanuel. Yeah, but still, to get additional machinery takes money and time. You know, you don't snap your fingers, and you know you're already running 3 shifts as it is. You can't run 10 shifts in a 24-hour day. You're constrained by capital. You're constrained by plant space. You're constrained by machine tools, computers, computerization. There's a lot of constraints to increasing production. You have to have the footprint to expand on land. You have to be able to get construction crews that all have to be vetted and, pass background checks. This is not just simple, you're working in a defense industry here. Yeah, thank you, Trung. I've just been around too long. I've seen all the bullshit. I've seen all the tricks. I've seen all the shit that Wall Street does, and they're playing the sickest, meanest game with this AI with investors right now. It's disgusting. So there's a lot of security issues involved in defense production. You start getting fast and loose hiring people and start cutting corners, and that's when shit hits the fan. A Chinese national walks out with, the THAAD system designs and shit. Yeah, you better be careful, Kelly. You better not be driving. Friends don't let friends drive drunk. Guaranteed way to ruin a career, everything. That's why my limit is always one drink if I'm going to drive. It's only ever one. One beer, one shot. That's it. You will never go over your limits. Yeah, I know, Kelly. Do, 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 do. Boo, 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 boo. We're just looking around downtown just a couple minutes, and then we're going to be driving to the Rancho. It's 69 degrees, so I'm going to have to put a sweatshirt on. Best place to invest at right now is in a short-term CDs. Get a 4.25, 4.35, 6-month CD. That's my best and most honest answer. Otherwise, silver and gold are starting to be on the march again. When you saw the stuff that happened in Japan with the yen, the whole international currency system is starting to come unraveled because companies are tied in with, countries are tied in with their level of their debt and the yield on their interest instruments. It just pulls money from one. Debt now starts to rule. Interest rates start to be like a magnet that pulls money. Of course they're going to get smaller. Yes, Kelly, that's why it's good to learn to cook yourself, because all of a sudden you become the low value, you become the low cost model. And you have a lot of fun doing it, and if you mess up some basic ingredients, it's not that big a deal. But if you go outside and you get a crappy $30 breakfast with tip and coffee, it's going to ruin your day. It's going to ruin your day. Yeah, Kelly, you better not be driving. You better call yourself an Uber and go get your car from your friends tomorrow. Oh, okay, well that's better. That makes me feel better. Always drink in the comfort of your home or somebody else's home. I can't tell you how many bars and nightclubs have gotten people into trouble. Do 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 do. What the hell is rattling? Yeah, Judy, please don't hide her. Hey Mario, how are you? Yeah, I just unhit her. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, that's good, Ronnie. Yeah, well, it's pre-season, Jim Rockford. It's pre-season. So I don't put a lot of stock in pre-season. You know, all they're doing is deciding who to keep and who to cut on the team. That's it. It was an accidental block. Do 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 do. Man, I'm hungry too. I'm going to add a little bit of mayonnaise in with the burger too. And the Lipton mix. XMV. I can't see who did the blocking. You should. Do do do. All right, Sean, take care. Thanks for coming in tonight. Thanks for coming in tonight. I appreciate you. That's good, Dr. Frankenstein. That's good. Thanks for coming in, Sean. Home sweet home. Got to feed the beast. First thing I'm going to do is prepare this meat, though. I'm not going to. Then I'll feed the cats. Wash my hands. Feed the cats. No, Kelly, don't worry about it. It was friendly fire. Let's head in. I am starving tonight. Do I have a... Did I even bring a selfie stick? I got one inside. And I guess I'll take this one in. Let's check the battery. Good. That makes me happy. Oh. Man, it smells. You know what? One of these cats had a dust up with a skunk last night. Looks like we got an Amazon here. I'm guessing it's from Bill Cody. Oh, yes. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to get this beef seasoned and made. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. The gang is here, boys. The gang is here. What's up, Golden Streets? Okay, let's get set up. Plugged in. Picked another 10 pounds of tomatoes today. Unbelievable. Let's see what Bill Cody gave here. Flip that around. Let's see. There it is, vinegar and classic smash seasoning. Classic Grill Mates, very nice. I'm gonna keep the burger pure tonight and then some apple cider vinegar. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let's get the cats fed. Let me get a sweatshirt on. guys gotta wait a bit. I gotta season the meat. Okay, guys, we're gonna season the meat over here. I'm gonna get you set up over here. Get the cutting board. A little bit of mayonnaise is going to help the Lipton soup mix properly season. Because if we just try to add Lipton soup mix into the hamburger meat, it's going to be, you're just going to have crunchy bits there. What's going on, Glasgow? How you doing? So I've washed my hands. So all I'm going to do, dump the meat in here. And I got good ground beef last night from behind the deli counter. I'm not going to get that. I'm not going to have that crap from grocery outlet anymore. And I'm going to take, let me get a spoon. One of the tricks to keep a burger juicy is to put some mayo in. I'm using Miracle Whip. And then we're going to put in one container. We're not going to dump it all in at once because it's going to create a hot spot in it. People aren't going to like that. By adding this mayonnaise, it helps to rehydrate the onion bits. And I think Lipton onion really gives a nice flavor. You can see the way I'm working that all around in there. Vegas Vixen, how you doing, babe? Good to see you. Okay. I'm going to get in there with my hands. I'm going to grab a plate. I'm going to put this back in the fridge. And I'm going to shape up the patties. Nice to see you, babe. You guys wait, you gotta work up an appetite. Get our hands right in here. Just like so, and get that all combined. And that has a little higher moisture content in it. So that's gonna be really good. I'm not gonna compress it too much. just giving a little bit of side compression. And that's going to be perfect. And the rest of the meat, I'm going to take inside and wrap up and refrigerate. Did I see the... No, the workshop isn't open. Okay, now we're going to feed the cats. I'm going to give them a power feed tonight. Put this in a safe locale. I had some meat in the freezer one day. Oh man. Out of the house and home, my brother used to use it. It's good to see you, Vegas Vixen. Been too long. Fluffy when cooked with mayo, yeah. It's good to see you. Alright, I'm going to feed the cats. Give you guys a good seat because that should warm up that beef. Thank you, Bill Cody, for your kindness. Get you guys a good view on the cats. The Kattensteins. Let me get the food. I'd like to give them a power feed on Saturday. Load them up with their favorite mixed grill. We give them a power feed. This is like their night. They're like if Rosie feast, we feast on Saturday. All right, boys. We have plenty Okay, there they go. I miss you, Emily. Yeah, I miss you too. I hope everything's good on the home front. I'm gonna get set up for the onion rings. I'm going to be working the cornstarch into the batter tonight. It's always good. You can see how beautifully seasoned this wok is. Nothing would stick to this. That's got such a sheen on it. So well broken in. Alright, so I'm gonna go get my recipe because I'm gonna have a beer before we get cranking here. Get all of our ingredients in place here. They don't really use paprika. If you want to have a Cajun dip, they can make that. All right, I'm going to get the onion salts here and the flour. Yeah, I've never seen you two flew over one. We're going to make the batter and let that rest a bit. You better get over there and eat. Got our beautiful onion, homegrown. What a beauty. What a beauty in our flour. We have to get our onion salt and beer. All right, let's go ahead and build our batter here. And this one's going to be cornstarch is included. Okay. Yeah, we got the flour here. I need a measuring cup here. We got everything we need. I mean, it looks like a lot to make that. Bobby's battling cancer treatments, Vegas fixing. But he's sparing up pretty good. All right, here we go. What the hell are you doing? All of a sudden, Goliath started attacking the trash can. Weird. 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 All right. We're going to start. Yeah, sure will. We're going to start with 1.25 cups of flour. Okay. And we're going to add 1/4 cup of cornstarch. We're going to do the all-in-one here. That's going to ensure these babies are super crispy. We need baking powder too, so I'm going to take some of this in. I don't need the flour anymore. Well, they'll clean it up and eat it. Okay. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Damn it, I didn't get the powder. Baking powder is important because it puffs up the rings. Okay. Baking powder is got to be puffed up. All right, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. We're going to have a little bit of pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Please hit the thumbs up if you haven't done so yet. All right, we're going to use a little bit of garlic salt, 1/2 teaspoon of that. That tends not, it's garlic powder, that tends to be a little strong. We're going to use a teaspoon onion powder. Thank you, Bill Cody. We're going to use a teaspoon of paprika. I think we pretty much got the recipe. We're going to put a little bit of salt in. Just a touch of salt here. And we're going to dry mix this together first. That's good. And it's just all, I'm just getting that all thoroughly mixed together in there. We're cooking onion rings, babe. You can always tell the cornstarch always hops out. Now we're going to add the batter. To make a thin batter. Beer, we're going to add beer. The problem I did last week is I made the batter way too thick. And that was a problem. When I was pulling the onions through, it was breaking the onion ring. And it was turning it into just a long string of onion. So I want to make sure today I want it to be real easy. Mix it thoroughly. That needs a little bit more onion powder. Touch more garlic. And a little bit of salt. I can definitely tell the paprika. So I need to rebalance a little bit there. And I believe you should always sample the batter. See how that looks. All right, that's on target. That is on target. No, it's not a lot of sodium. It's less than 1 teaspoon of salt. Kissing, it's okay. We have a few drinks. You won't pay attention. No attention. Oh, I don't care about additives and preservatives. I could give a hoot about that. That's the most overhyped bullshit in the world. The human body is an amazing machine. Brought to you by the same people that brought you the pandemic. All right, you know what? I think we're good to go. And I think we're going to make our onion rings first. We have no cross-contamination. I washed off the spoon. So you keep it up, kissing. Kick up a little of this, a little of that seasoning in there, just for good taste. Well, we sure wouldn't get it from you, kissing. of those people that wants to live forever. You ought to join Brian Johnson. All right, here we go. Man, that looks great now. That looks fantastic. That's got some zing to it now. That has got some zing. All right, we're going to reverse now. We're going to add our oil here. And we're going to get our thermometer out. We want to get this good and hot. We're using canola oil here. All right, we're going to go slow on the rings. We're not going to overload tonight. Don't it need to be thinner? I think that's perfect right there. I think that is absolutely perfect right there. So we're going to reverse. We're going to remove the oil. And we're going to put the camera over here and prep the onion. And I'm going to put some cornmeal in too. I forgot about the cornmeal. Tonight I think I'll skip the cornmeal. Strikes me that last time I was way too rough with the onion rings. Way too rough. And therein lay the problem. We don't want a repeat of that. What's going on, inspecting? We're going to be very careful how we handle our rings. All right, here we go. Let's put some fire in the hole now. I don't know, I suggest that you go to his chat. I wouldn't know where he is. To cut the onions up. I'm going to switch these over here and process the onions. turn off the heat for a bit. And we're gonna cut our onion. And I picked out a real beauty today. Look at this job. Look at that. What a beauty, man. What a beauty. Today we're going to be very careful handling our onion. Last week we were way too rough. And if the batter causes pulling or whatever, we're going to thin the batter down. This is a homegrown Rancho onion right here. Perfect. Perfect. I didn't cut into it or anything. Stir our batter again. Still a little thick. I'm going to pop another beer. We're going to actually push this down into, we're not going to pull it through this time. That's kind of where we went wrong last time. Was pulling it through the batter. And that caused the ring to break. So we want to have that super loose. That's what I'm liking right there. All right, no resistance at all. All right, let's go prep our, please hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done so. If you're just popping in tonight. We're gonna go thicker cuts tonight. That's kind of where we went wrong last time too. Okay, got them all prepped. These should be much better now. Much better. We take out the heart. Look at how cute that is. It's got a little heart. Oh, shit. So we're going to take our time tonight. We're not going to overload. We're going to focus on the quality here. And these babies are going to hold together much better. They feel better than last week's. Last week seemed, I don't know, when I put them in that water, it's like it degraded them or something, I don't know. These are handling really well. Look at how beautifully these are handling tonight. It's like night and day. All right, let's get our oil up to temperature. And then we're going to dip and drop here. I'm going to move this over here a bit closer. Okay. So we've got a good view on that. Okay, let's fire her up. And our burger will be coming up to room temperature. And we're trying to go for about 370 degrees on here. We're not going to overload tonight. And we're going to have another thing to sit them on right there. I think we're going to get a better product tonight. For our onion rings. There we go. The critical thing is I'm going to drop these in and I'm going to use the fork to handle them tonight, which is far different than I did last time. I was dragging them through. And that was a big ass mistake. Be very careful of oil. Yeah, we want high temperature here. Boy, these rings are so much better, man. Look at these babies. So much better. We cut them too thin last week. Way too thin. All right, we're up to about 300. We're going to turn the gas down a little bit. Low and slow. And I bet we're going to get a much different product this time. This time we could be for the win. For the total and complete win. We're up to, it's 360, we're gonna do our first drop and we're just getting there right now. So I want the heat regulated here. I've got a candy thermometer that reads all the way up to 400 degrees. All right, so we're gonna drop our first one. I'm not gonna pull anything through. I'm going to lift it out with a fork. Where the hell did my fork go? Just like so. Oh yeah. That's a ring, boys. That's a ring. See those bad boys down there? That's a ring. I'm not pulling them through the batter. And they're supposed to cook pretty fast. Our temperature is high. We're going to turn that down now. Just to keep a good float. Man, look at how beautiful that looks. Holy smokes. What a difference we made. What a difference. Man, it's like night and day this week. It's like night and day. Drop that one down. These are done. These are friggin' perfect. Look at these boys. Stacy's mom's got it going on. That batter's sticking on real nice. It's so much better than last week. Hey, Habib, how are you? I don't know if I'm better than Gordon Ramsay. You know, Gordon Ramsay's operation all depends on the cooks that are working it. You're only as good as the guys and gals working in your kitchen. But I tell you, these look fantastic. We're going to get our temperatures going too low. We're going to raise it back up again. Got to really keep an eye on the temperature. We want this baby rocking about 370. Looks very damn good, man. We had to raise that temperature up. That's the real key. You really want to blast these babies at high temperature. Man, what a difference. What a difference. Okay, there's 370. Back it off a little bit. Look at that, man. That's a Dutton ring. How you doing, MB? What a difference from last week. All right, let's drop our next one here. I'm just using, once again, I'm just using the fork to pull them out. That way I'm putting no stress on the ring. We don't have one busted ring tonight. It's like perfect tonight. I'm so damn happy. What do you think onion rings are, Jim Rockford bit grease? Anybody that's ordering onion rings knows they're not getting a low calorie Don't burn yourself. They do look good, BW, don't they? Hey, Kelly. How do they look? Man, this is like total victory compared to last week. Oh, fuck, I'm so happy. Don't they look good? What a difference. What a difference, boys. We're gonna put another layer. Yeah, I can't check right now. I'm in the zone. I'm batting 1,000 tonight. I want to keep up my win streak. Turn the temperature up a little more. What a difference the technique makes. Okay, let's get these babies out. Look at that, we're batting 1,000 tonight. Well. Yes, I'm drinking right now. Most of my beer went into the onion ring. We're getting ready to cook the hamburger. I'm afraid our shelter's coming apart here. We're gonna have to take that up. Absolutely imperative that the temperature be high for this oil. Thank you, Buttercup baby. I think we only got one more. This one's a semi-broken one. We'll put in one more, boys. We'll throw in some junior rings. The batter didn't tear anything apart today. I don't want these humping each other. Freaking perfect. Perfect range. Turn that down a little bit. And we let them finish off. Look at that. Oh, man, that's hot, boy. Let that cool off a bit. You know what? We went a full 100% tonight. I'm going to call it a full 100%. Look at that, Buttercup baby. That's the way rings should look. That's it. We're going to remove these other ones. They are Olympic level, I would say. Did it definitely perform beyond my expectations. So we're going to sit them there turn off the heat here. And we got beautiful use out of that onion. Nothing wasted tonight at all. Oh, it's good to have that thermometer. We were running them at 280. Yeah, once I get them on a plate, I'll do a short. In the meantime, we're gonna move to a safe locale, and we're gonna get our burger going. I want to try one of these babies so bad. Let's get one of the lower level ones. Mmm. Mmm. Wow. Mmm. Crunchy. Unreal. What the hell did I do with my pan? It's like a perfect ring. I will, Mystery. I want to get my burger going. Mm. That coating is so good. Let's get our spatula. Let's take a few things inside while we're at it. I think Buttercup Baby's advice was good, that you need to take that temperature up high. So I was running about 380 today. And that really made the difference because it minimizes the time in the oil. And I think that's critical. I think that's absolutely critical. Let me take some more stuff inside real quick. Wow, that was successful. Holy crap, that was successful. I prefer Del Monte, but I don't have any. These are onions I grew myself. Regulate that heat a little bit. I mean, you gotta admit, I'm gonna stack these on the plate now. Oh yeah. That's like a dream right there. I mean, what a difference. What a difference. I'm going to do a real quick YouTube short, so stand by. All right, excellent. I didn't even soak them tonight, and that was great. I didn't even soak them tonight. It was such a beautiful onion. It just performed magnificently. Absolutely magnificently. Well, I'm not an advocate of turning the hamburger all the time. I put some mayonnaise in the burger tonight for delicious. We got our ketchup set up. Man, that beef smells so much better than that crap from last week. So much better than that crap from last week. We're going to let that slow cook through that way. And let's get our plates set tonight, boys. Yeah, we just set the gold standard for rings here. We just set the gold standard. Okay, we got our bun ready to go. Get our set up. I got a nice big bun today. Bun boy. Yeah. What a victory tonight. What a victory. Please hit that thumbs up button. Hey MB. Let's hit that thumbs up, please. Yeah, I don't flip a burger that often. These onion rings are fantastic. Let's get the computer on so I can enjoy a little bit of dinner. Never have to worry about ruining your pan. Get all that crap off of there. These onion rings were absolutely top flight tonight. There's no parsing it. There's no mincing it. These babies just kicked absolute butt tonight. Absolute butt, boys. Absolute butt. All right, let's get our napkin. Say our three. Here we go. Most of the cleanup is already done. All right. All right, guys, here we go. All right, let me get the computer set up. I got good beef tonight. I'm never buying shitty beef again. I'm never buying crappy beef again. I'm never gonna fall for that crap at grocery outlets. No, no, no. No, no, no. I used to do my best cooking and drinking. All right. It's too dangerous. I used to do my best cooking in a micro bikini. 38 double D's jutting out. Big butt jutting out the backhand. It's a wonder I lived to tell about. All right, let's put some ketchup on. This burger, I can tell this burger's gonna make me rethink burgers. Yeah, it's an expensive plate now. It's 25 bucks. This is a 8-ounce burger before cooking. This is it. All right, here we go. Let's get on the channel. Put something in the unpassed down. Wow, man, that's scary. That is scary. Let's hope we get this baby going. There we go. Alan Gentry, how are you? I've been cleaning. I'm late. Yeah, I cleaned up quite a bit. Cheers. All right, let's try a bite of this baby. Oh, forgot to say grace in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts which we are about to receive from thy bounty through Christ our Lord. Amen. And may all the souls of the faithfully departed rest in peace. Amen. In the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. All right, here we go. You hear that crunch? Wow. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Let's get those thumbs up going, guys. Don't fall for the shitty meat at the discount store. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that BS. It's a win-din. Outstanding. So what did I learn tonight? Batter's got to be thin. You can do any kind of spicing you want. Doesn't matter. You want them saltier, you want them spicier, jalapeno, a little cayenne. If you want more vinegary, you can adjust all that crap. No problem at all. Number 2, Buttercup Baby was correct. You need that heat high. Trick is you want to blast that onion ring to completion before the oil has a chance to soak all through. So that was excellent. Number 3, cut them thick. There was no way that not one ring was lost tonight, not one. Not one ring was lost. And the burger's got mayonnaise in it. It's not some dried out mofo. And don't overcrowd. Yeah, I like BLT. I like BLT. Not good. You finished the bottle. I was so excited to eat tonight. Now I feel, oh shit, there's a helicopter. Here come the police, boys. Well, egg I like, tuna I like, not egg salad. Yeah, they're good looking onion rings. And you know the coolest part of it, Alan? It was my own onions that I grew from babies. The good thing about this, you can adjust the batter to however thick or thin you want. You can adjust it to spicy, habanero. You could put some Montreal seasoning into the batter. No, I put them in oil. I've never had anything air fried, I don't think, that I know about. I don't have an air fryer. Yeah, this is truly organic, Dr. Frankenstein. It's not like these bullshitters that drive down to Costco and load up on fruit and vegetables and then take it to the market and set up a stand. Farm grown. Yeah, on somebody's farm. The local produce scam. Yeah, the onions are so great, man, and I got so many of them. I'm having a bush light. Absolutely freaking friggin' excellent. I feel so happy. I'm never buying this beef compared to that slime, that low end crap that collected at the bottom of a cow's ass and get ground up. Keep that. I don't really drink Modelo. Hey, Robbie. I like my liquor heavy and my beer super light. Yeah, lamb is supposed to be good. Absolutely, DGAF. Good to see you. I don't have an air fryer. I don't want an air fryer. So I don't eat enough fried foods to justify anything. Mm. Just getting mastery over onion rings. Mm. I would like to try different batter. But now that I've conquered onion rings, I'm ready to move on. Because I don't eat a lot of fried food. Thank you, Mark. Mm. That's good. Call an Uber, Kelly. Very good. Very good. Nobody gets hurt. I guess Simba is. I really don't eat fries too often. Right over there. Oh, man. You know what the real epiphany tonight is? The beef. I still have nightmares about that crap that was $6.99 a pound at grocery outlet. It was like compressed dog's ass in a package. I'm never buying shitty meat again. I'm gonna march my ass right up to the counter and get the good stuff. I always thought beef is beef is beef is beef is beef beef is beef. How wrong I was. That was the most tasteless crap I ever had in my life. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done so. We're trying to get to 100 tonight. Thank you, Judy. They might use, it's 100% real beef, but they don't tell you which beef. Like the crap I bought was, Sunrise Farms, 100% beef. But I'm not going to play the game. Yeah, Quiznos with the ball sack sub. I'm really pretty angry that I even bought that crap. Even my cat won't eat it. Holy shit, they go. I don't mean to laugh. Yeah, I think I've had bison before. We got a big tear in the tent today, so we're probably on borrowed time. Nobody ever told me, Buttercup, baby. Do a bro a solid. But just because it's 100% beef doesn't mean it's good beef. So did I learn? Yeah, you can teach an old dog new tricks. And that's exactly what I learned. Onion rings are outstanding. No, it didn't give me gas. It just had no flavor to it. It was like Soylent Green. Oh wow. That's good, Kish. I'm too stupid. I learned a lesson. Wow, 5 grades of consumer beef. What are they, Dr. Prime? Choice, select? Sometimes you cook a meal and you don't know how it's gonna, what level you're gonna get. Tonight definitely hit like 9 out of 10 tonight. So amazing tonight. crap, that was so good. Boys, I'm going to be remembering that one for a while. I am going to be remembering that one for a while. Woo! You better believe I'm going to be remembering that one for a while. Let's sit down and digest a bit. I'm gonna put the oil away. Oh, the rings turned out fantastic inspecting. They were fantastic. Just textbook perfect. Fantastic. Real shock tonight was that BS beef. Oh man, the BS beef. Huh. Night, Alan. Huh? Don't feed it. Yeah, COVID changed a lot of shit. A lot of shit. I guess I've been eating beef, shitty beef for so many years. Who in the hell knew? Oh man. Hard to tell what was in it, huh? I guess I've been eating beef, shitty beef for so many years. Who in the hell knew? Let's get advanced. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up button. Oh boy. Saturday night in the hood. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up button. All night long, baby. All night long. Oh boy. Oh, I forgot to bring the tomatoes in. Shit. Look at how beautifully the tomatoes are all drying. They're just fantastic, man. This has been such a winning summer for agriculture and fruit production here on the Rancho. I harvested 30 pounds of pears the other day. You know how good these things taste on pizzas. Today I harvested another 10 pounds of tomatoes. Wow, it just never ends. Never ends. Never ends. Never ends. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, I think that's going to do it for me tonight. A little under 3 hours, but very, very productive live stream this evening. We almost made it to 100 thumbs up. I feel like I failed in that regard, but I feel like the dish was great. We got a major problem with Kitchen Stadium. We got a major tear. We're going to see if we can do that. But to my moderators, Judy, Ronnie, Shimei, everybody, Seattle Judy, who else was here? Shimei, Ronnie. Thank you. We saw Vegas Vixen tonight. I haven't seen her in forever. But guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. I thought I could get to 100 thumbs up, but the meal was fantastic. So thank you everybody for everything you do. I appreciate all of you. Thank you.